I tell people I'm a musician, and then they ask me what instrument I play, and I'm just like, singing with your body. Let's talk about how singing works, because your body's an instrument, and I think that's hella cool. What do I mean by your body's an instrument? Well, let's check out another instrument for comparison. Every instrument has 3 parts. 1, the source of energy, which gets the sound going. 2, the thing that vibrates, which creates the sound. And 3, the resonating space, which makes the sound louder and richer. In this ukulele, the source of energy is the pulling of my fingers on the strings. I can put the string harder to make it louder, or gently to make it soft. And the stronger my fingers are and the more control they have, the more variety of cool ukulele things I can do. But unfortunately, my fingers are not very strong, so I stick with simple things. The thing that vibrates is the string itself. The different strings make different sounds because they're different thicknesses, so the lowest one is also the thickest string. The thing that determines what note it is actually, there's also thickness, as well as tension, as well as the length of the string. So if I make the string shorter, it gets higher. If it wasn't for all this wood and like hollow space within the ukulele, you'd actually barely be able to hear any of the notes when I pluck the strings. It makes like a huge difference. This uke is actually a little bit bigger than your average uke. It's a tenor ukulele, and I just chose it because I like the sound it makes when there's more resonating space. But you're not watching to learn about ukuleles. Let's talk about singing. The source of energy in singing is your breath. The air flowing through your body creates a sound, just like plucking a string on a ukulele. And because your body controls your breath, the position of your body actually matters a lot. And by that, I mean posture. When you slouch, it's really hard to get a good breath. And it's worth noting that by good breath, I don't just mean breathing in a lot of air, I also mean being able to control how fast you're breathing out and being able to control how consistently you're breathing out. And so you don't want something like, because that's not going to sound very pretty. It's like really hard to breathe out with control when you breathe in that much. So when you slouch, you have like all these muscles that aren't activated, so it's really hard to control your breath. But the other extreme is arguably just as bad, if not worse, because you're like so tense, it's just really hard to get a good breath. So I try to like think about it somewhere in the middle. You want to be like relaxed, but also engaged so you can have control. I think about it less as like having good posture and more just helping my body feel good so I can support my sound. Now, how to breathe well to sing? Well, when I take a good breath, my tummy expands as I inhale. So the diaphragm, which I honestly just think of as my tummy, but it's just like the muscle under your lungs, and you can use it to bring air in and out of your body in a more controlled way. For example, it's really awesome because it lets you sing loud without having to make your like throat more tense or anything up here. I think often when we try to sing loud, we use our throat and it gets really tired, but you can just use your diaphragm to sing loud, like I mean, there's definitely also things I'm doing in my face to help it vibrate more, but the air definitely helps a lot. And breathing well helps with like freaking everything. If I want to sing higher, if I want to sing lower, if I want to sing louder, if I want to sing softer, it just like, it's always part of the solution to breathe better. Cool, so that's the source of energy, which gets the sound going. Now, what's the thing that vibrates to make the sound? Vocal cords! Okay, so I don't actually know that much about vocal cords, but I know that they're like inside your throat and they stretch to make different sounds, and there's lots of cool videos on YouTube about what they look like, but it's kind of gross and I don't know that much about it, so we're just going to move on to the next thing. Let's talk about the resonating space where you sing! Oh wait, no, not the outside space. I mean your body. So the resonating space when you sing is like your whole body, but mostly actually just like your face and the space inside your mouth, and you have control over that and can do lots of really cool things. And this is like my favorite part about singing technique, so let's go. So vowels are cool, and they're actually most of what people hear because consonants just don't take up very much time. Having space inside your mouth often makes vowels sound better. For example, after all, there's more space inside for it to resonate. One way to make more space inside your mouth is to lift your soft palate, which is this muscle at the top back of your mouth. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, just like pretend to yawn and feel how the back of your mouth just lifts up. And that's your soft palate. I find that when I lift my soft palate when I sing, it sounds much clearer and richer. It just sounds better. So I pretty much always lift my soft palate when I sing. Oh, I'm actually yawning. Seriously, vowels are like so cool. Okay, let's get like hardcore singing technique nerdy for a minute here. This diagram shows that the inside of your mouth changes when you say different vowels. So for example, ah is really long and open, and e involves some muscles just behind your front teeth. It's kind of hard to describe what I mean by your vowels are like located somewhere in your mouth, but maybe just try pronouncing some different vowels and feel how the muscles inside your mouth change. My tongue also moves sometimes for different vowels, but in general, I try to keep it as relaxed as possible because tongue tension can make singing harder and get in the way. Sometimes I just do like lip rolls. I do that like 10 times. And then when I'm done, my tongue's really tired and I sing a lot better. So anyways, vowels. As it turns out, vowels in the front of your mouth, like E, tend to be more bright or cheerful. They also can go sharp, which means that if you're not careful, you can sing them a little bit higher than the pitch you're supposed to be singing. And vowels in the back of your mouth, like oo, tend to be darker, and they also can go flat if you're not careful, which means a little bit lower than the pitch that you're supposed to be singing. I've sung oo for like minutes in choir sometimes, and then the whole, like everyone singing oo like goes way flat. And you know how to fix that? Breath support. But here's where it gets extra funky. You can actually change what you're doing inside your mouth even though you're keeping the same vowel. So here's ah from dark in the back of my mouth to bright in the front of my mouth. And I'm going to try to change nothing except for the muscles inside my mouth. You can also sing one vowel with your lips and another one inside your mouth. So here's oo, but then with e-lips. Ooh. And e, and then with oo-lips. And maybe you heard it a little bit just then, but it was through experimenting with vowels that I learned a little bit about overtone singing. Now, there's a bunch of physics behind what like overtones or harmonics are, but pretty much a note is actually a bunch of waves of different notes layered on top of each other, but you only really hear one note with your ear, but you can make certain higher parts of that note resonate more, and then it'll stand out, and then you'll actually hear the higher note as well as the lower note. It's like really hard to describe how I do this, but there are videos on YouTube that will be much more helpful than anything I can say about it, but here's your demo of overtone singing. So yeah, singing's cool. And it's good for you. It releases endorphins and it reduces stress, and it's like a really fun thing to do with other people. I really like singing. I think more people should sing. I think that often people don't like to sing because they think they're not good at it, but like we don't expect everyone to be really good at other instruments when they first do it or as they're learning. And I think that you don't have to be an amazing singer to just like have fun singing with people or on your own or in the shower or whatever. So you sing. After all, it's the most portable instrument you'll ever own because it's your body. Hey you! Yeah, you. Thanks for watching. I hope you thought it was interesting and like learned something cool. I'm going to be making a bunch more videos of like things that I think are cool, so stay tuned. And if you have any feedback, let me know. I'm still new to this whole video making thing, so I would appreciate some feedback. And I'll see you soon. Bye!